he's a neuro. No, he's a neuro, which starts off with Dr. Stan Strange. No,
Steve.
Dr. Steven.
Strange.
God. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Benji and Anthony here, and thank you for joining us at the bar for our featured film review.
Today we're reviewing Doctor Strange. It just came out this weekend, directed by Scott Derrickson.
Yeah, and written by Stan Lee, of course, so let's get into it, guys. Doctor Strange starts off with Dr. Stephen Strange. He's a neurosurgeon that actually is a very well-known one, and he's good at what he does.
But he's very egotistical.
Yeah, he's very egotistical in the movie, and as a character. And also, he gets into an accident that actually ruins his whole neurosurgeon career. His hand starts getting shaky, so it's something he can't do anymore. So he embarks on an adventure to find, not an adventure, more like a journey to find a cure for it. And that's when he gets into
the metaphysical world of
Eastern like mystical
medicine.
Arts, and it gets into something where, you know, this story starts off. So just a heads up, guys, this is a non-spoiler review for this video. If you want a more in-depth kind of like scenes and stuff about the movie that you guys want to learn about before you go watch it, click on the link above, and that's our spoiler review. It's a little bit shorter, but it just kind of goes into depth about what the movie had to offer, in the sense of scenes, in the sense of stuff like that.
Right.
But let's get started. Something that I really think this movie did well was the casting. I feel like every character in the movie was really well portrayed by the actors. Doctor Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, he did well. He played, something I'd say about superheroes is if an actor needs to do well for a character, they need to have the alter ego and the superhero together. And he played it very well. He played this ego-driven doctor and a more caring Doctor Strange in the whole film.
It's kind of like he kind of evolved, right?
Exactly. Like as an actor, as a character, like
as a person.
He actually saw the passion and the change that happened throughout the movie. And that was really cool to me. And I think Marvel does that very well. They know how to get a character and just throw them into the universe and get a character to really play it well. And I think they've been doing that all along. You know what I mean?
One of my favorite things about this film was the Ancient One, played by Tilda Swinton.
Oh, she was really great.
I personally love her in every movie that she's in. She's like a hidden gem. But when she comes out and she kind of like is like the teacher and the leader, you kind of don't know if she's male or female. The character, you don't know if it's male or female. But then you see the whole ancient mysticism through her, and you see the fact that, you know, Doctor Strange is learning. He thought he was perfect. I'm done. I'm the best. He had like a God complex, right? But here comes this person and says, you know what? You know this version of the Earth, but let me show you there's other things that you don't even know about. And I love that aspect of the movie.
Yeah, she was a badass. You know, like she was something where the way they explained her was she was calm on the outside, but inside she was very, you know, she was very rough on people. She had her ways of teaching were very crazy at certain points, you know. Another character that I thought played very well was Mordor. I'm sorry for pronouncing, but
Chiwetel
Ejiofor. He played that very well as like a sidekick / apprentice to not only Doctor Strange but the Ancient One.
Right.
His scenes were very quiet. They weren't very big at certain points of the movie, but you really felt that depth of deceit. The character of not only like deceit, but like someone finding out things in the movie that happened to him, you know, like kind of getting hurt, not hurt.
Right.
It's like you don't really know about his past, but you felt like you did, you know, and that's what I really loved about that. But besides actors and all that, some of the greater things about it were the visual effects. The scenes had an Inception vibe to it, you know,
yes,
buildings.
It did. I love that.
So if you've seen the trailers, you'll see buildings folding and stuff like that, and they play that very well. A lot of times you get dizzy in certain fighting scenes in the superhero movies. In Avengers 1, you know, when they're flying around, I got a little dizzy. This one, I didn't feel that. I didn't feel like I was all over the place. I really felt like I was focused on the one thing, but even then, my eyes were still looking around for other cool little things here and there.
And, you know, something as simple as them opening the portals with the sparkling thing, that was really cool to me. it was almost like when the Jedis would open the walls with their
Oh,
sabers.
yeah,
I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the magic that they used, those special effects were really cool. The music, the soundtrack, the hype of scenes and the lows of more dramatic scenes was very well done.
Very well paced movie. You know, you don't feel like it's being rushed, or you're actually enjoying the evolution of the characters.
Yeah, like it's a serious but funny movie, and I think it played it very well. Like it'd be serious joke, serious joke, and you never felt like it was too much or too little. Right. It was just right. Like they knew when to throw in, the director and the writers knew when to throw in that joke in, and that made you like, oh, that was pretty funny, even though it's a serious moment.
I really liked, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I really like that you go into going like, oh, you know what, this is a Marvel film, and we always enjoy Marvel films, right? But it actually blew my mind. Like I was actually left, and I thought this has actually been propelled to like top 3 of now of my favorite Marvel films. Yeah,
and the thing is, I didn't know much about Doctor Strange. You know, he was a weird character in the comic books. Didn't really appeal to me, and they did very well to show me an origin story. And I think Marvel does that really good with a lot of their characters, because as we know, a lot of people aren't into superheroes nowadays. You know, the new era, yeah, some of them like them, but some of them don't really know where they came from. And I think Marvel does that very well to fans and to non-fans. They try to get all the aspects for that. You know, they bring little Easter eggs for those hardcore fans that you see, but then you'll get like a backstory, which it took a little bit long in my opinion. I think that's one of the things. You know, it explained too much of why he got his hands and
or the recovery session.
Yeah, the recoveries for that. It took a little bit long, but
what did you think about Christine, played by Rachel McAdams?
She was very well, and she wasn't even in the movie that long, and that's the cool thing.
But she was good.
Yeah, like just like Wong. Benedict Wong is another character that was in the movie. You know, they weren't big. They weren't big in this.
But there were good touches. They moved the story along. Right?
Exactly. Like they made you care about them. You know, Rachel McAdams only had a couple of scenes with Doctor Strange, but you felt the passion.
Right.
Wong and the same thing. You felt him like as a more serious character, but he also was a reliever.
A comic relief.
Exactly, a comic relief that you needed. And I think that's really cool about this film. Like, yeah, it did become one of my top Marvel films of all time because I didn't go in thinking this was going to be good. One, because I didn't know the story,
right?
And two, because it's a little bit weird, mystical powers. And
I actually would get Mysterio from the Spider-Man universe and Doctor Strange confused because they have the similar cloak and they're like, you know, one's bad and one's good though. But yeah, I'm really glad I went to see this film, and now I'm going to start reading his comics. I'm going to go back and look for them.
Yeah, like so this is a really good iteration to the Marvel, and I can't wait to see more of him in future films. This movie has become a real like top 5 for me for Marvel, and I'm gonna give it a 9. I feel like this movie is something you do need to go watch in theaters. Yes. If you like 3D, I recommend it. This is something really cool. The visuals in this movie actually really scream out 3D, and I don't like 3D because of my glasses, but I recommend, like, it's something you really need to go watch. If you have nothing to do on the weekend and you want to watch something, this is a must-see film for 2016.
I agree 100% with you. I give it a 9 as well. Not only was the cast strong and well played out, the effects, the fact that there's jokes and it's serious. When it gets too deep, you get a joke, and I like that about this movie.
Yeah, so again, guys, this was a non-spoiler, but if you guys do want to hear a little bit more about the film and you guys don't mind spoilers, or if you've seen the film and want to watch more of what we thought about it, click on the link above again and go see that one, alright, guys? Hey, what's up, guys? Benji and Anthony here again, and thank you for joining us at TheB.A.R for the review of Doctor Strange.
Join us on Thursday. We're reviewing a classic film, one of my personal favorites, Dead Poets Society, starring Robin Williams.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys can join us on Thursday. We're going to change it up a bit for a throwback Thursday. In the comments down below, let us know one of your top Marvel favorite films of all time from all the Marvel series. That would be pretty cool. And also let us know what you guys thought about the review.
Don't forget to share this video with all your friends on social media.
Oh yeah, share with the Marvel fans, for movie fanatics, all of them, alright guys? Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe for other videos, and have a good one, guys.